in the vast, icy landscape of Antarctica, where the snow stretched endlessly and the cold wind carried the sound of chattering penguins, there lived a little penguin named Bello. Bello wasn't like the others. While his friends enjoyed diving into frosty waters and sliding gleefully down icy slopes, Bello found himself shivering and grumbling. "I don't get it," Bello muttered, wrapping his little flippers around himself for warmth. Bello was different for a reason. He dreamed of warmer places, of sunshine, soft sand, and palm trees swaying in a gentle breeze. And one chilly night, as the howling wind sent shivers through his feathers, Bello made a decision. "I'm going to find a warm place where I can truly be happy," he whispered to himself. "I'll find sunshine and leave the cold behind forever." The next morning, Bello started his brave journey. He waddled across the snow until he reached the edge of the ice and found a floating piece of iceberg. With a deep breath, he hopped onto it, letting the ocean currents carry him north, toward warmth and his imagined paradise. Days passed. The sun grew stronger, and the water began to feel different, warmer, friendlier. Then Bello spotted it. Golden sand, tall green trees, and brightly colored birds chirping in the distance. Excitedly, he leaped from his iceberg and waddled onto the beach. "This is it," Bello cried. "Warmth, beauty, freedom, this is perfect." But it didn't take long for problems to appear. The hot sand scorched Bello's webbed feet, making him hop about like a dancer trying to avoid the floor. The thick forest was difficult to navigate, and he kept getting tangled in vines and bushes. Even the ocean felt different. Instead of being crisp and refreshing, the water was too warm, leaving Bello feeling sticky and sluggish. Bello's adventure was interrupted by a flock of bright, curious parrots. They swooped down and surrounded him.
"Who are you?" one parrot squawked. "What's a penguin doing here?"
"I ran away from the ice," Bello sighed, exhausted. "I didn't like the cold, so I came here to find warmth." The parrots burst out laughing. "But penguins belong in the cold," one of them said. "This isn't the right home for you." Bello frowned. The parrots were right. He thought warmth would bring him joy, but it just made him tired and uncomfortable. For the first time, Bello missed the icy waters he once thought were unbearable. So, he made a decision. Bello thanked the parrots and waddled back to the sea, finding another floating iceberg that would take him home. The journey was long, but his heart lightened the closer he got. When he finally returned to Antarctica, his penguin friends gathered around, cheering. "Bello, you're back!" they cried. Bello smiled, shivering slightly. "I am, and I've learned something important. Every creature has a home that suits them best. The cold isn't so bad after all. It's where I'm meant to be." From that day onward, Bello embraced his icy home. He swam joyfully in freezing waters, slid down snowy hills, and even laughed when the chilly wind nipped at his feathers. Bello had learned to appreciate what he had, and in doing so, he found happiness. Because sometimes, the best place in the world is the one you've been